Living from the end. Today, Martine and I are going to talk about this subject. When I was looking at you and I saw you, my son in the middle, and I could feel our feet in that sand, the sun, and we were happy.
And we hold it, this vision, like it's already done in our mind, no matter the fact. And we believe so much this truth that became a reality. And we have our son Josh today. He is 19 years old. So many people think you are your biggest enemy. I don't agree. This influence is your biggest enemy.
Have you ever thought how 2025 is going to happen, how it's going to finish? Living from the end. Today, Martine and I are going to talk about this subject because it's so important to find out how the future is going to be. So you've got to reverse engineer, come back to where we are now. How are we going to start that 25 to how we're going to finish it, Martine?
That's so good. Welcome to our show today, the Wilkie Show. And this is very important because 2025, living from the end, reverse engineer. What's going to look like your best year? If today you wake up, it was your best year, imagine what it's looked like. And you have to see your year 2025 the same way. You have to see your year at the end. December 2025, it's your best year. What this year look like, Alan? This is a work we have to do to be sure we're going to take the right decision, action, to build the year we want for the 2025.
Absolutely. There's a spiritual law because we always work with the synergy between the two worlds, the spiritual and natural. When you connect both together, then they start creating something new, right? So when you're there before you get there and you come back, that's how many times you can go in that future and bring it back, bring it back. What you're doing is you're creating the end from the beginning. And that is so important because God created us creators. And when we start working with that method, Martine, that is powerful. We teach our clients constantly how to do that, and they get results rapidly. So today, you got to be here right to the end because we're going to touch a lot of subjects. And if you want to learn how to do this, how we teach our clients to do this, to get fast results, stick with us till the end because you're going to be amazed today.
Yes, and let's start right now. The first point is clarity. You cannot reach a goal. You cannot reach a destination if you don't have in your mind a clear vision, a clear destination. I know it's so funny because every morning people, they take their car, they have a clear destination, and they're not just drive their car like I'm going to go somewhere someday. They have a destination. And in life, the majority of people, when we ask people, what do you want? What is your vision? What do you want to fulfill? If we say 2025 is going to be the best year, what does best year look like? What is the finality, the destination of this year? And this is the first point you have to start with, clarity. Clarity brings change. Confusion will manifest more confusion. And this is the point you have to start your year. What is the clear picture for this year?
That's right. A lot of people will take, vision boards and stuff. But for me, I jumped over the vision board a long time ago. Is I go inside of myself and I go at the end of the year, what do I want to create this year? Right? Next year is next year, but this year, if I want this year, I want to live the lifestyle that I want. I want to feel that I'm not only working, but I'm creating a life that I need, making money, be healthy, right? And to enjoy the year, not, oh, I got at the end of the year, I hustled, it was tough, and now I'm happy the year is finished. No, I want to enjoy the year as I go on. So that's why we learn the vision board is okay, but maybe that old vision board doesn't fit in 25 no more, right? Maybe it's something new. You've grown out of the old way. Now you want the new way, a new thing. So that's what you got to create. So in 2025, you got to start by running the right way, or else you'll get hurt. It'll be tough. and you'll get discouraged. But if you know who you are at the end, the process is so much fun because you're creating a lifestyle along the way, Martine.
Yeah,
Vision.
clarity, vision, clear vision, where you're going, it's so important. And the second point is to sustain this vision
Yeah.
during the year, the process.
Yeah.
And the majority of people, they're going to start with a clear vision, but they're going to compromise their vision after, because this kind of voices will come and try to tell you that it's not going to be possible. Are you sure? You're going to start to doubt. You're going to start to see some resistances, and you're going to say, maybe I dream too big. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe it's God's will to not have that. Maybe I have to change my vision. You know what? This is the second step. After you have clarity, you're sure, you have to know that these voices will come and try to change your vision, to compromise your vision, or to diminish your standard, and to try to make you to have the same kind of year that you have always had before. And this is the point. You have to be clear. Are you going to sustain your vision no matter what? The end now, and to sustain that with all your decision and all your action in the process, in the journey. And Alan, especially, keep the joy, not be frustrated during the journey, because this is where is the trap. The people, they don't sustain the joy of the fulfillment of their destination, and they start to be frustrated because it's not easy. It's not the way they think it's going to be, and they just start to compromise their vision.
Exactly. Because when you start living from the end, which is the theme of this YouTube, you face challenges in the process because everything starts changing around you because you're a creator. So you're seeing that end. So there's people around you that's going to disappear. There's things, their attitude probably going to change towards you because now that is the norm. I just want to tell you out there, put in a comment what you think about this, because when you start moving somewhere else, at another destination, what happens? The whole thing around you starts shaping differently. Your connections, the way you talk, the way where you hang out, the way you eat, the way you start living, getting up in the morning, go to the gym. There's something that's happening. What you're doing is you're reverse engineering that end. And what's happening? We call it the Zychron, the memory of. So the memory of these old ways are disappearing. So there's a battle, there's a spiritual battle happening with your soul, with the people. So from the spiritual to the natural, everything is shifting. So that's when it is important to have that clear vision. I'm just coming back to what you said, Martine. If that clear vision is not the end, then what's going to happen? You will get in that trap. That whirlwind will bring you back like the families before you, because the generations. When you start moving, everything starts moving too. Never forget that, Martine. It's everything starts to change.
Mhm. Yes, and you're going to face resistances because you are
Okay.
decided to go and reach something you never had in your life, or maybe you want to go higher and you're in the breaking point and you have to have your breakthrough. But this is why all this spiritual law you have to understand, because God said, do you know the law of the universe that govern the earth? You have to learn and know the law of the universe, because the law of the universe, the spiritual law, are higher than the spiritual law. And you need to learn that to synergize the two worlds together to create the life you really desire. I learned so many clients, they hire us because they have money to pay some advisor for this or that, but they're stuck at the same place because they have a clear vision, but all kind of resistance are there to keep them in the same level and pattern. And you try to do everything in the natural to fix that, but if you don't use a spiritual law synergize with the natural law, with the right action concept strategies, you're going to be stuck at the same place. And if you want your year 2025 to be the most amazing year of your life, you need to learn that, because You can have a clear vision like every year before, but you're going to find out to repeat yourself at the same place again and again. If you don't know how the system works, you will be overwhelmed and overcome by the old system in your life.
Mhm.
And this is what you have to discover. So many people in January, they are in the gym because they have a clear vision of the body they want. Why 2 weeks to a month to 2 months after, they're not in the gym anymore? Because they have something, a zikaron, working behind the scene, to try to keep them, bring them back to the same body, same weight, same level how they used to be. And this is how you need to learn how to change that in your life. Then you can have the most amazing year this year, 2025.
Yeah, yeah. Zychron is the memory of. That's why you wrote the book. And because we came to that knowledge, because we were pastors for 16 years and we had a couple churches, every Sunday people would line up to ask
Mm-hmm.
questions, right? We just finished the service and then we see all these people lining up in front of that stage asking questions. And Monday to Friday, we were in the office helping people come out of those cycles. They were facing challenges and they did not understand. They believed in God, but they were facing stuff. So that's when the transition came to us that we came out of the church and we became spiritual advisors because there was people that were making money. They didn't feel, comfortable in the church, but they felt comfortable. They needed a mentors and they would come to us and say they couldn't talk to anybody else
Mm-hmm.
because people knew them. So they would come to us, high achievers, and say, "What's going on? Why does this is happening? I'm supposed to be making money and everything's going great, but all hell has broke loose in my life. I'm having these battles, that battle, and family and betrayal. And people want to know what to do with this. How come that's happening? So as spiritual advisors, we did this for 16 years together, helping people come out, and then we became those spiritual advisors. We were that a long time ago because it just happened. People were coming to us, they wanted to know. And that's why we learned that if you're not in that future, the past is going to just climb on you and it'll run you over every time. Martine, how many times our clients were they're gifted, right? Their
Mm-hmm.
gift is bringing in money, but the rest of their lives is
You know, everybody face paradigms. Everybody. Different area in your life. Some is with their finances. Some is their relationship. Some it's addiction, relationship, whatever. Everybody face. You're watching this show right now. You are facing a pattern, a cycle in your life for sure. And if you don't face that and you don't confront that, you're going to always be controlled by this paradigm. And this paradigm is there to destroy your success. This paradigm is there to stop you to fulfill your dream or what you really desire. And a paradigm will never die by itself. And I'm saying, you cannot conquer what you don't confront, and you cannot confront what you don't identify. If you don't go to the source of the problem, you will always repeat the same thing. And you're going to accuse yourself. Then you're a loser or you're not able to do it because you don't understand the root of the problem and the system to fix this problem. The science is good, and we believe in science because God created the science, and the science proved God. But God is, with his spiritual law, with the fact and science synergized together, we can fix the problem. And this is a point very important. If you're very serious to succeed your year 2025, you need to understand that, because awareness is the start to control your life. If you're not aware of what is going on, you're never going to confront the source, the situation to fix the root of the problem. And I worked before to be pastor 16 years. I was social worker. I studied in psychology and social working. And I work with abused women. And they were repeating the same pattern again and again. stuck at the same place with the same kind of voices, the same kind of reaction. And if we don't confront that, we repeat the same kind of choices, same kind, we attract. Some women that were saying, I want to choose another kind of man, but I always fall back with the same kind of guy, different profile, different look, but the same kind of man, because you attract who you are, not what you want. And this is all the stuff for 2025. If you don't change yourself and you don't invest in yourself with this awareness, how to fix that, you will repeat the same year, no matter what kind of courses you take, no matter how many videos you're going to watch. If you don't invest in this area to understand that, you will repeat the same result.
It's all about the mind, the feelings. Feelings create. So if you don't feel that future, people go into the gym. I mean, there's voices that there's a spiritual battle with their souls to get them out of that gym and all these thoughts and all these feelings and all. You need somebody that understands that battle going against your soul. That's what we've been doing for years. You know, we learn to live from the end every year and we come back and our connection with our future gives us strength in this battle. So people need that mentorship. Listen, this is what you're going through. This is how you're going to get out. The strategies, the concepts you were talking at the very beginning, those are important because when everything hits the fan, you need strategies and quick. You need quick thoughts, feelings. You got to turn this around or else it's going to bring you down. And we had clients losing millions, paying millions in interest. Their reputation was attacked left and right. It was suddenly with one event. But we taught that person how to walk out of there. And everybody was saying, it's done, it's done. And we taught that person to see the end, to live from the end and come back and let's put strategies. And everybody was telling that person, it'll never happen. You'll never get to that point. We brought that person out of the jungle. We brought that person back up. So you got to connect with somebody that knows what they're saying and doing results. We know a lot of people out there saying a lot of things, but all comes down to if you're going through a pattern, it's the Zychron. It comes from generations. And no matter if you're gifted in one play, I knew a lot of musicians. I'm a musician. I've been working since my childhood with musicians. They were so 10 times better than me, singing and playing, but they got stuck in the musical store. Why? Because they were stuck in that matrix, that level, their
Yeah.
feelings, who they were. You were saying, talking about who you are is what you attract.
Yeah. You know, we attract a lot of high achiever clients and people, they have a certain maturity in life because they realize, because when you're younger, you say, oh, I'm gonna try this and it's gonna work. And now it's not working. I'm gonna try this and it's gonna work and it's gonna work. And finally, after years, you find out, okay, it's not my potential, it's not my intelligence, it's not, I am stuck in the same matrix. And I think something is working behind the scene deeper than just my action or just what I'm doing. And this is where we are the experts to fix that, because after all this year, the social worker and Alan were pastor for 16 years, helping people and seeking for the result in our own life and our clients. We know that the zikaron, the memory of your life, generation, your culture, your environment affect you. And it's deeper than just inside, it's outside too. It's working outside too to recreate the same thing in your life. And you need to be aware of that because you're going to try, I'm going to try this diet this year. I'm going to try this course. I'm going to try this business. I'm going to try this. And you're going to find out yourself at the end of the year stuck at the same place, no matter what you're doing. It's why you need to conquer the root. The zikaron, Alan, the zikaron is this voice inside and outside talking to you. God said to Cain, where is your brother? And he say, am I the babysitter of my brother? He say, his blood is crying out to me, you know, and his blood was speaking, and the blood speak, and the science now, the epigenetic science, prove that the blood you have speak from generation 3 to 4 generation. And it's why, Alan, so many people, they take decision resolution in the beginning of the year, and it's going to be an amazing year, and I can see my year to the end. But during the process, your blood will start to speak and to try to bring you back to the same place you've always been and try to recreate the same pattern in your life. And if you don't confront that and you're not aware of that, you're going to repeat the same matrix in your life.
Hmm. It comes to the point we wanted to talk about. A lot of people say, follow your heart. Really? Follow your heart? Really? Really? All right. You
Yeah,
just spoke about, I was inspired because you were talking about the blood. The blood goes through the
dangerous.
heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
And pumps the blood. But it is proven scientifically that the heart has the most energy going out than even the brain.
Yeah,
So there's blood going through your heart, and everything that from your heart will get into the natural. It would pop up. If I know what your heart thinks, I know that how you're going to act. I know who you are, right? So when I hear, well, not just me, you too, clients, well, I follow my heart. Oh boy, really?
it's
Really?
dangerous and dangerous
Really?
because this feeling,
Mm,
this feeling, is it really coming from you
mm,
or the influence of generation? Are
mm,
you repeating the same kind of feeling, anxiety, fear, doubt pattern of generation and you're not aware? I was talking with a lady the other day. I was in the store and I started to talk with this lady. And she said, I'm in the 50, my business, I want to just, try to stabilize, and after that, to sell my business and just enjoy life. I said, oh, really? You feel this way? You want to do that? She said, yeah, I feel like it's my time. I'm 50 and it's time to fix that. And I said, I just asked a question. What about your mom, your dad, what they're doing? And she said, oh, they're not working anymore now. My dad is dead and my mom is she's not working anymore. I said, what she was doing? And she said, oh, she had a small business, small restaurant. And she has a small business too, like the same level. And she is the owner of her business. Her mom was the owner of the restaurant. And I said, oh, yeah. And what happened with her restaurant? And she said, oh, she sold it. I said, yes, really? Long time ago? In the 50s. In the 50s, her mom decided to sell the business. And she is now in the 50s and she think about selling her business. Her feeling. Is it
mm,
really her feeling or is the placebo of the generation and she just repeat the same kind of decision? I'm not saying that it's wrong to want to sell her business in the 50s. I'm just saying what pushed you to take this decision? What is influencing your heart? Follow your heart. Is it really your heart or is the heart the blood of generation? This is just as an example, but
yeah.
some stuff
Yeah.
in our life, it's more tragic. Follow your heart, you're married and now you're not feeling in love anymore. You feel disconnected. And I follow
Mm.
my heart. Is it the same pattern than in your family? Maybe you don't see it, but you have to open your eyes and be aware of that now.
Mm. If you need any help, just click down there. There's the one-on-one and book a call, and we'll see what we can do if it's a good fit or not. But please don't stay that way. Just, the next level needs to be manifested, and it needs different stuff, a different heart, a different everything. You got to change to manifest that next level. And just click down there and take a meeting with us. Just book a call and we'll get in touch with you. You see, you can't, if you've been trying, yes, you can, but if you've been trying for years now to get out of this situation, right? We had this person and working in construction, and he was speaking to you, Martine. You made him realize he was reading the book, the Cyclone book, and you're, coaching that person as a spiritual advisor, and to put those rules, the synergy of the two rules together to make it happen. And he felt that he was going into a pre-retirement, right? And he realized his dad around the same age took the same decision. Now, like you were saying, I don't say that it's bad. I mean, the guy is worth many millions and he wants to take it easy. That's okay. It's just to make the point here. Follow your heart, watch out. This is a dangerous thing. So he realized, okay, no, I'm not going to stop no more. I just realized that my heart was making me repeat this pattern.
This
So,
is so important because so many subjects we can just touch, but because follow your heart. The majority of time, it's not the right feeling. It's going to control your life and your decision because feeling is everything. Then, in my family, people, they were working out a little bit, but quickly become average. And I decided, I was becoming older and say, oh no, I have a specific vision for myself. I want to become healthier and I want to just look better. And the day I decided I'm going to enjoy the journey, go in the gym, do the workout and not do my workout average, but do my workout, be fully present. Every morning, time to go in the gym, following my heart. No, massive action opposed to my feeling because from generation they were average and let it go after a time. I didn't want to have the same result. I need to go, you know, uh, with strength and with decision that I'm not gonna follow my feeling. I'm just gonna do it because this is the result I want. And this is the majority of people, Alan. I'm not going to drink. I'm going to stop to drink. 1 week, 3 months, 6 months later, boom. Why? Because this voice, this feeling speak to you and control your decision, your feeling, and recreate the same result in your life. This is the point. The majority of people say, why I don't stay motivated? It's not about motivation. Because this voice will come and try to recreate the same thing in your life and use your feeling that you're going to follow to repeat the same result. This is the point. You need to realize this feeling is not your feeling. This feeling comes from this influence. And you cannot come against yourself. You have to come against this influence and decide to be higher than this influence, then you're feeling controlled by this influence.
when people are listening to our podcast, put the challenges you're going through right now and probably speaks to you a bit, all the decisions you made following your heart that you should have never took that decision. Put them in the comments there. We would like to hear from you and what you think about that. And it's funny because you're talking about that. And there's a point that for us, a law that we understand we've put in motion in our lives because we're talking about living from the end in 2025. It's the law of assumption. And you explained it very good, Martine. Could you give, these people
Yeah, I
here?
just have my book open since
Yeah,
a couple of minutes, and I just want to
yeah,
read
go.
before we're going to jump to
Sure,
the next point,
sure,
the page
sure.
245. And I wrote, be alert, the spirit of Zikaron, the memory, will do everything in his power to affect your imagination and your feeling. Because when you imagine something, you're going to feel it, right? You're going to
Yeah,
start to feel it. Just look at a movie.
yeah,
It's not real, but you're going to start to feel everywhere in your body what you see, what you imagine. You know, your subconscious doesn't make the difference between the reality and fiction. Now, because it knows the power of this law, the law of feeling and
Mm.
imagination, do not let these voices, its images, emotion, its external events, and people modify your vision, your imagination, your life, and your destiny. This is important. If you wake up with this key today, 2025, living from the end, you have clarity. Now, you will see feelings will come to destroy this destination. This
Mm.
Zikaron right now will do everything to affect that. And Alan, we're going to go to this other subject with the law, but so many people, they believe that this feeling it's themselves. And how can you overcome something that it's yourself? And so many people, I'm just going to confront something. I'm going to shake like something right now. So many people think you are your biggest enemy. I don't agree. This influence is your biggest enemy.
Yeah, those
What do you
voices.
think, Alan, about that? Let's confront this
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now. What do
Well,
you
well,
think
well,
about that?
well, it's the same thing as saying follow your heart. I mean, you've got to understand that something, if you're in the gym from January and February, you're out of the gym. I mean, you're not your worst enemy. You saw the body you wanted. You were ready for it, or else you never would have set foot into a gym, right? You would have never gone there if you didn't want it. What happened between the decision you put that foot in there and you really decided, and a couple months later you're out? What happened? Whatever it's in business, a deal, a relationship, you just entered, you're in love. I mean, what happened 2 months later? Now you're doubting everything. All your feelings are messed up. You just met that person. You just said you're in love with that person, right? So what
Mm-hmm.
happened? Something came from the spiritual to the natural to shake you up, to change your mind, those thoughts, those feelings. Start imagining, well, other things. What's that influence? So that's what we work. We're spiritual advisors for high achievers because high achievers do not want to fail. And when they get to that point and they've tried everything they can, they'll find somebody to help them out because they're
Mm-hmm.
high achievers. They hate losing. So when you start hating to lose and you're tired of losing, you're tired of making that decision, ended up backing off from what you really wanted. So we always say to people, Martine, and I'm finished with this one, where you want to go, we'll help you get there. Simple, right? What do
Exactly.
you want today? Write in the comments, what do you want? We can help you. Believe me.
Exactly. Yes, yes. And this is the point, you know, God said, I'm going to give you the desire of your heart.
That's right.
That's okay. You
Uh-huh.
must have desire. We are created with desire.
Mm-hmm.
And this desire has to be in line with God's value, God's kingdom. But you need to know how to fulfill this desire with the system of God, with the right law and principle to change your life. That's amazing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Alan, I just think about, and it's going to bring me to this law we want to talk because I'm going to give this example. When we married together, I want to have children,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt pregnant. It was the desire of my heart, our heart. And I felt pregnant, and 7 months pregnant, we lost our first child. And the doctor, after I had to deliver the baby, we took her baby dead in her arms, and five doctors came to our room and they said, we just discovered that you have an abnormal gene and you're never going to be able to have children. You're going to lose your children or you can die. Then forget your dream. And you and I, we decided no. The desire of our heart was still there. Did I cry? Of course. Did we cry? Of course. Did we have a time, a season that was like a transition, was tough because we just lost something in our heart? Of course. But we decided to apply this law, the law of assumption. This law that we want to share with you today for this year, 2025. Understand that this is a powerful law. That what you believe that it's true will become your reality. This is the law of assumption. And to make the link with my story, our story, Alan, we decided to not take this advice that was science, was carnal, natural, fact, that I was not able to have kids anymore, to make the law of assumption the truth for us to believe is the desire of our heart fulfilled. Mm-hmm. And we hold it, this vision, like it's already done in our mind, to the end, already done, no matter the fact. No, and we believe so much this truth that became a reality. And we have our son Josh today. He is 19 years old. Then this is the law of assumption. If you can hold it in your mind, you're going to hold it in your hand. And this is what happened with our own life, every aspect, our marriage, our finances, our businesses, our success, supernatural victory for a kid, because we believe so much what we desired was already done, and we sustained that with the feeling, then we created this miracle.
It's funny because it wasn't funny then, but it's when we got to that moment, that 7-month thing, that threshold appeared in our lives.
Yeah, talk about it.
Whoa, whoa, the feelings, the fear, the thoughts, that even people around us, what that created, that tension. What was it? Right? That was going to repeat itself.
Come on. Mm-hmm.
It was like, okay, how do we go through this challenge? We held from the end. We lived from the end, even when we were scared, even if we didn't have that strength some days because fear wanted to take over. What we did,
we needed to confront. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we got up. We said, okay, let's feel the end. And it's funny because I have to talk about the law of assumption from my point of view. And, I almost saw you die that day. You were jumping. They gave you so much, stuff that you almost overdosed because they gave you something you were allergic. So I almost lost you that day plus, right? Mm. So all of those memories is coming back, those feelings. But it's funny when I was looking at you and after that moment, I had the law of assumption that we're going to walk on the beach one day, and I saw you, my son in the middle, and I could feel our feet in that sand, the sun, and we were happy.
Yeah.
I hold on to that future. Mm-hmm. And you hold on to your future, your visions, to hold on your way, to feel that future. Even when, did he move? He spent 10 minutes, he didn't move. You were, you had to convince yourself every 10, 15 minutes. Is that tough?
Because this voice was coming back.
Yeah.
This voice of who? When the doctors came in my room, they told me there was an abnormal gene. And we found out that this abnormal gene, this Zikaron, was coming from my grandmother, mother's side. Mm-hmm. Now we are in the 7 months. I was 7 months pregnant. These voices, was talking to me. I'm going to repeat the same thing. You're going to lose this baby. This is not possible. The doctor told you, you can die. He's going to die. Blah, 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 blah. Talking and talking and talking. These voices, using my imagination, my feeling. And I was aware. This time I was aware. The first time, the miracle was stolen. The second time, no way. Not my watch this way. No, 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 not this time. And this is why you were taking the guitar, singing and talking, and we were seeing the vision that God promised us, our son. Faith is to have this conviction, what you desire, hope for, it's already done. And this is the law of faith, the law of assumption that we have to use in this year with all my heart. Learn to practice this law because everywhere you're stuck in your life, you cannot be unstuck if you don't use this law. I learned for so many aspects in our life, everywhere we need it to use this law again and again to go higher and higher and higher to change the level of our life, progress to progress.
There's good things in our family. I mean, for sure. But there's things that have been programmed, and we got to change that because we were brought up to learn how to see a future of failure, of limitation. You can't go further than this. This is what the family is, right? All these voices, all the feelings that goes with it. You're programmed. That's why high achievers come to us and they want to fight back. They say, okay, Alan, Martine, help me. I want to get out of this. This is my situation. Okay, let's do it. Where you want to go today? Write in the comments, where do you want to go? This is number one. In 2025, where you want to go? You want to start the month and say, hey, January, let's go. And by February, March, you're back in your past. You do not want that. You got to shift your feelings, who you are. The identity shift has to be rapid. You got to understand what's coming against you. You got to understand those voices, how to defeat them, how to overpower.
And we challenge each of us, each other, to change this identity, not according to what the family was thinking or the feeling, but really what we desire to create in our life. This is another thing. The law of assumption has to be used by us because we're created the image of God. Mm-hmm. And God created his law. And he moved with his law. When we learn to use his law of his kingdom, we can see the results supernaturally in our life. It's why so many people, they pray, but they don't really believe. They don't sustain the love assumption, the vision, like it's already done to manifest that in their life. We co-create with God. I'm going to give you an example, Alan. When God brought his people out of Egypt, they were in the wilderness. And God said, I give you the promised land. And Moses sent the 12 spies. And when they came back, 2 said, we're well able. Let's go and take possession of the land. God said it. It's clear. But the 10 other spies, they were leaders. They said, no, no, no. This is not possible. And they look at the fact instead of the desire, the promise. Now what happened? They influenced all the crowd, all the people. And they said, we are like grasshopper. What they believe to be truth became their reality. Mm-hmm. And so many aspects in our life, we look at the fact. We look at the situation. We look at the science. We look at what people around us said, the government, the news, the doctors, the banker. And we just back off and we believe, like the Israelites, believe they were grasshopper. And what they believe become the reality. Now, if you want to change your year 2025, you need to believe what you desire like it's already done. And this is the love assumption. I don't know, I'm sorry. I just...
Oh, that's good. That's what it is, right? God created laws. And if you do not work with the laws will break you. It's simple, right? And gravity is the perfect example. You can't jump over a building, you'll get hurt. So living from the end, you got to control your feelings, your emotions. You got to control your vision. And it looks, because with the vision, we could have talked on that, the law of assumption. If your vision is like generations, you just blocked yourself. The level just stopped right there. You're going to have the
Mm-hmm.
same level they had because you have the same vision to the same level, to the same power, to the same energy. You're stuck in that matrix. You can't be something different if you follow your heart of generations, your mindset of generations. Uh, so let's go, let's do it. Well, you're going to lose power. It's that Zychron. That's why,
Yeah.
yeah, that book is powerful for that because, I mean, it is clear there's a pattern moving in your life until you change it. That same old pattern will come and repeat itself over and over again. And then you'll say, well, God, how come you're not doing nothing for me? How come? How come? Well, it is time to co create.
Page 220. When we obey the laws, we protect the purpose for which we were born. So many people, they died without fulfilling their purpose, their dream, their desires, because they believe in God or they believe, in their potential but if you break the law will break you. And if you don't understand that and you don't synergize that with the right action, concepts, strategies in the natural, you will be stuck at the same place. Do you want to do the same year? Do you want to repeat the same year again and again and again? Are you right now, you're watching this show, are you where you would like to be? Are you where you wish a year ago, 2 years ago to be? Or you're not? This is why you need to invest in yourself. This is why we're there. Stay connected. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Ask questions. What is going on in your life? We want to know. Put your comments right now. We want to be there for you. We wish to have somebody to be there for us 25 years ago. When Alan and I, we started together and we say, what is going on in our life? We want to fix that. And we discover all this principle. You have 50 years combined together, plus all the years before. I was social worker. We're entrepreneurs. We learned so much in 16 years pastors. We are there to help you. This is why it's time for a change in your life. And if you repeat the same kind of decision and way of doing it's a resolution of the beginning of the year, of your dream board, and you don't understand the system and the Zikaron and the spiritual law synergize with the natural, you will be stuck at the same place again next year.
There's this famous film, Martine, an old film, The Groundhog Day. The guy comes back every single day to repeat till he makes it right. So if you're stuck in that, like that film in The Groundhog Day, it is probably the time that you do something about it. So we're there for you. Whatever you want, just tell us. We'll help you have that future to manifest in your life so you can live the lifestyle you always wanted to live, not just work, live. There's a link down there, and click on the one-on-one. Just book a call. It'll be our pleasure to look at your situation. We're there. We got your back. We got your back. We're there to help. Martine and I, just book that call.
Yeah, we were blessed to be with you today. Then stay connected. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We bless you, and we're going to see you in the next show. Bye-bye.